Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute, but I've been so busy, and I know I promised you an update video a few years back, but I never had the chance to properly sit down and talk to you guys and tell you what's happening and everything. But today I'm excited to talk about it. Okay, so let's start with especially what has happened this year and last year. I moved here in 2019, you guys know, because I think that's the last time I did my last update video. And I never had anybody around me. And mid last year, one of my friends actually introduced me to a Christian community to near where I live, and I was a bit skeptic because I'm a born Catholic, and my whole family is Catholic, so I was a bit like, okay, Tamil community, because like I didn't grow up in a Tamil community, okay, so the culture and everything, and obviously being a single mom, Tamil people especially will look down on you, so I was a bit skeptic going to that church. But I said, okay, let me go, because my friend said, go there, they're lovely people, and you will have a good support system. So I said, okay, like, let's go and see. I still remember the first day I entered that church, and my whole life changed around. I felt so loved from people I never met in my life before, and it's actually very emotional because from that day it felt like I had a support system. I'm a person, I don't expect help from anybody, okay, just because people will help you and then tell you otherwise, or I helped you in this situation, that situation, so I don't have the habit to accept help. But this was so different. So I got in contact with these people and went to that church, and I tried to go there every Sunday, and obviously some Sundays I am working, so I wasn't able to go every Sunday. But I wasn't a person to go to church every Sunday anyway, but something in me was like, no, I really want to go to that church. So I started going to that church whenever I was able to, whenever I wasn't working. And as time went by, I'm 37. Not one New Year I spent time at church, but this year was very different. 12 o'clock midnight, 2025, January 1st, 12 a.m. I was at church, and I still remember my pastor coming up to me saying, Harjun, I'm really excited to see what you're going to achieve this year. And in my head, I was like, because I fairly had a settled life, like I work, look after my children. I didn't have big goals, because I always say this, the life I'm living right now was once a dream for me. So I got too comfortable, So I was just, what is he talking about? Okay. When he said, like, I'm really excited. And I still remember, I can visually still see it, like how my pastor came up to me saying that. And I was like, okay, cool, let's see, thank you, And didn't really take it to heart, let me be very honest, okay? But January hit, and I went through the most. Well, let me tell you, like, financially, I broke down. Mentally, I broke down, because I don't want to go into too much details, because it's family. So I've been through so much with family. And I thought, this year, like, to a point where I said, I can't do this anymore. And then obviously, like, I was in and out of hospital. And when I say I went through the most, this year, yeah, it was just horrible. Okay, and I don't really want to speak about it. I don't want to think about it, but it lasted only a month. Okay, and February, everything was back to normal. I went back to work, and everything was settled again. And but I never fail to go to church whenever I can, and I learned more and more about Christianity. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. I can't even describe it in words. What I feel right now, I can't. Let me tell you, I'm a person, when it comes to Easter, Christmas, Halloween, okay, I go all out with decorations, this, that. One thing about Halloween I learned in Christianity is you're attracting evilness, okay? And I still remember when with Christmas and Easter, all good, but whenever, for the past few years, for past decade, when I used to decorate my house for Halloween with all these monsters and ghosts and this, that, my mom always used to say to me, I'm sat here praying for the evilness not to get to you, but you have these monsters hanging outside your door. She was never happy about it. And I strongly believe like her prayers worked actually, because obviously when I got into this church, I learned that Halloween shouldn't be celebrated, because that's about evil spirits, and and you're attracting evilness into your house. So this year I said, I'm not going to go trick-or-treating. I'm not going to celebrate Halloween or anything to do with that pumpkin patch, this, that. I'm not going to do it. And bear in mind, I'm not a person to sit there, even though my pastor's wife, I love her to bits. Even though she always tells me I need to read the Bible, this, that, and I always say, yeah, I will. I really want to, but I really don't have the time. No, that's a lie. I can find time, okay? But something stopped me always, from reading the Bible, and I'm still struggling with it. I'm not going to sit here and lie saying, I read the Bible every day. No, I don't. No, I don't. But whenever I have the chance, I do read the Bible, okay? This year I said, I'm not going to celebrate Halloween. And they do this beautiful thing at church just for the kids not to feel left out, because all the other people, all the other children are going for trick-or-treating, celebrating Halloween. So they're doing this beautiful thing at church called Day of Light, and with so much games and face paints and food, and just to have a good time with the children. And so I decided this year there's no Halloween for us. We're going to spend that time at church, okay? And today is Halloween actually. That's why I'm doing this video. And my pastor's wife always said to me, obedience is key. If you are obedient to God, if you are obedient to Jesus, okay, miracles will happen, okay? And I can see it. I can see it happening. So what has happened is, when I decided not to celebrate Halloween, I think God is seeing that as me being obedient, saying, no, I'm not going into that old habit again. And when I decided that, okay, one of my friends, longtime friend, called me. And bear in mind, I'm into makeup. You guys know me, right? So he said to me, and again, I'm not going into too much details because that's personal, but just briefly, he called me and he said, Arjun, I know you're into makeup and all that. if you want to start a business, I'm ready to invest. And that call came out of nowhere. Okay? Let me tell you, nowhere. I was like, what? Okay? What do you mean? He was like, yes, I am ready to invest in whatever you want to do. Okay? Because I know you're a hardworking person, but you just need that little push to come forward in life. I still couldn't believe it, but I said, okay. And I do TikTok lives all the time, and girls used to come on my live saying, oh, your eye makeup is really nice, where you got the lashes from, this, that. So I thought, why not introduce my own lashes, my own brand? Okay? And I spoke to my business partner, and I told him, this is what I'm interested in. And I think because the reach I have on social media, this could actually work. He was like, whatever you say. Okay, so let's do it. So I actually opened up my own business called I Am Harjan, and started first introducing my lashes. Okay, and he got me all this contact, like where I can get the lashes from, handmade lashes, beautiful lashes, and I started selling them. So when he said to me like, yeah, whatever, let's do it, I still didn't believe it. Okay, because why would, even though he's my friend, why would he all of a sudden come and say, listen, I'm ready to invest in whatever you want to do, and I'm happy to support you, out of nowhere, not expecting anything from me back, So it felt so unreal. And if you believe me or not, until I had my bulk order, because obviously he asked me what lashes I want and the quality, and there are different aspects of lashes. So I spoke to him about everything, and until the bulk order arrived at my house, it felt like, this is not happening. This is not happening. Until I still remember how I opened all the boxes and I had lashes all over my living room. And I was like, yo, what's happening, And slowly I started releasing like the lash styles, different lash styles every day. And to my surprise, the support I got from people all over the world was just overwhelming, So I'm at a point right now where I'm launching more stuff. I'm having business meetings to launch more products, not only lashes. I'm going to have more products, but I'm not going to speak about it because it's yet to come. And it's a little surprise for you guys as well. That alone showed me, I feel like, just because I said I'm not going to celebrate Halloween because that's against Christianity, all this started to happen to me, all these good things. When I tell you, at the right time, everything will fall into place, yes, but you have to be obedient to God, okay? Another thing is, people who come into your life, it's not always a blessing. Because as much as God is real, evilness is real as well. And the enemy will try and stop you, whatever you want to do, to be obedient to God, okay? The enemy will send people into your life who will actually try and stop you. There were some people where I really thought they're a blessing, they came from God, but they were actually not, right? I was so convinced. When I tell you, I was so convinced. this is God sent, where they turned around saying, no, we're not God sent actually, you know, and they made me feel it. And but God gave me the strength in my heart to let go of these people, you know. And when I tell you, there's this prayer you pray saying, if this person is not meant to be in my life, get rid of them. God will get rid of them in somehow, okay? And if you believe me or not, I lost so many people this year. I'm not sad about it. Everything happens for a reason, for a good reason. Start being obedient to God. God will change your life around in the least expected way, okay? And I'm so excited for next year, what's about to come, right? And yeah, and this, I just wanted to share this with you guys. And whoever is celebrating Halloween today, don't do it. Don't. Because you're attracting evilness into your house, okay? Anyway, guys, I don't know if you've been listening so far, but thank you so much for watching, okay? And I will try and keep you updated about what's about to come. Follow me on TikTok, it's imharjan.official. Follow me on Instagram, imharjan.official. There you will get more updates on how my life is going. I'm just so happy about it, and I'm just so excited about what's about to come. And I thank all the real people in my life for coming into my life and for blessing me with everything, okay? And you guys are truly God-sent gifts. I can't thank you enough. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this video helped a little bit to understand Jesus, to understand Christianity. I'm not a pro, I'm still learning, but all I can say is God is real, okay? Be obedient, don't do evil things, do good, and good things will come to you, okay? Do everything with a pure heart, and good things will happen to you. I promise you. I am a living proof that God exists. Whatever I have achieved in such a short time, it's unbelievable. When I tell you, it's unbelievable. And if you believe in God, if you pray, if you are obedient, good things will come to you. I promise you. Take it from me. I promise you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.